Everybody, this is Oak Tree Tarot Reader here. Welcome to my pick a card video. Now today we are asking the question, how can I bring change into my life? So if you're feeling bored, stuck in a rut, as though your life's not going anywhere, and this could be just generally or in any specific area of your life that you feel it's just stagnating, we're going to look at ways of you changing your mental attitude, actions you can take, places that you can reach out towards in order to bring change into your life. So this is you being active in pursuit of changing things for yourself. So I want you to remember that this is the energies of now. Tarot reflects the energies of now. So over the next few weeks to the next couple of months, you can sort of consider these aspects of your life and whether you want to change them. And also remember that you are the person that's in control of your own life. So if you don't like what the cards say, or you don't feel that the reading really does apply to you, that's fine. Just put it aside and take the few bits of advice that you feel will help you in your life, because remember, you are the person that has to live with the consequences of your own actions, so always consider them very carefully. If you would like a private reading with me, then you can book one. You just need to email me on oaktreetarotreader@gmail.com. The email is in the description box along with the timestamps to each of these 3 readings. So yeah, contact me if you'd like to book a reading. Otherwise, we shall move on. We have option 1, which are the set on the left, option 2, which are the set in the middle, and option 3, which is the set on the right. So I want you to close your mind, close your eyes, open your mind. Take a few deep breaths and make your choice. Always trust your first instinct. Don't allow doubt to set into your mind. Don't second guess yourself, and please don't overthink it. If you would like a little bit more time, then please do press pause. Otherwise, I am going to be moving on to reading 1. Thank you. All right, this is reading 1. The set on the left. These are 4 cards of how you can bring change into your life. So we have the Princess of Summer, the Ace of Spring, the Queen of Spring, and the 5 of Autumn. Okay. Okay. So in order to bring change into your life, we've got the Princess of Summer, gentle, sensitive, kind and inexperienced. A new relationship or emotional experience, invitations to social events, a compassionate friend you can share your concerns with. So you need to start reaching out to people. You need to start getting out there, getting out to social events particularly, looking for new emotional experiences. So I think that you possibly, for some of you that have been attracted to this reading, are looking for new love, and you need to get yourself out there to meet new people and not be frightened of these new experiences. Some of you are reaching out to places that you've never been before, and that's the inexperienced aspect, and you're feeling a bit sensitive about it, you know, because it's new to you. You know, if you've been in a very comfortable place, that's one thing about being stuck in a rut. You know exactly the way things are going to go. There's no new surprises. But what you need to do is to break out of that and reach out for new experiences in whatever way that you feel that you are stagnating in your life, whether that's work, love, friendships, or just more generally. Some of you might feel that this represents a person in your life that you know that they are gentle, sensitive, kind, and maybe a bit young. And if that resonates with you as a person, this is someone that you need to reach out to. Maybe to get out and be, you know, if they're your friend and you haven't seen them in a while, reach out to them and go to places with them. Have a bit of a, you know, catch up, or to start socialising with them, especially if you've been stuck in quite a lot and you haven't been getting out of the house enough, whether it's just sort of work and then getting home, or studying and getting home. You need to sort of reach out and look for new experiences, and preferably ones that make you feel good about yourself, positive emotional experiences, and someone that will listen to you. We all, hopefully most of us, have a friend that you can always talk to, and they're non-judgmental, and you can say to them, this is what's going on with my life, and they listen to you, and they're kind to you, and they take your problems seriously and how you're feeling seriously. Doesn't mean that they agree with you. They might provide you with a fresh insight into it, but generally they're not going to be mean to you. And kind, and kindness is such an underrated personality trait. The ability to be kind to people, no matter who they are or their relationship to you, is such a precious thing. And so often people ignore opportunities to be kind to someone, you know, a stranger, or even people that they're very close to. So if you get the opportunity of being kind, you should do that. But also, if you know someone who has these qualities, reach out to them, because they might provide you with just a little bit of advice, or a little bit of an insight that will clarify some things or make you see something in a new way. We also have the Ace of Spring, which is the Ace of Wands, and it's time to take action. Be fearless and happily pursue your most treasured dreams, amazing career opportunities. So you need to be brave and go out there. Get out of this rut by doing something new. So if you've had an interest, a hobby that you've wanted to take up, but you've been resistant, maybe you've thought, oh, I won't be any good at it. And, you know, and sometimes when we have a dream or an ambition, and in our minds we're perfect at it and it's all brilliant, but then when you actually have a go and you find out that, oh no, you're not a natural talent, it's going to take an awful lot of work to be very good at this. People are so resistant to that. They don't want to try something that they feel they're going to fail at. They only want to do things that they know or feel that they're going to be naturally very good at. But you need to ignore that. You need to be brave and try something even at risk of failure. So if you're worried that change will ruin what you've got now, I wouldn't say that based on these cards, but more importantly, you're always going to stay where you are if you do not start taking a few risks. They don't have to be magnificently large risks. They don't have to be dramatic risks. They can just be small things. If it's a big effort for you to go out and meet new people, that's a risk for you. It's not risking your job, it's not risking your home and your relationships, it's just risking being open to new people, which is a terrifying prospect. And you need to start doing that in order to bring change into your life. Queen of Spring. Sorry, I'm a bit out of breath today, I think. Queen of Spring. We've got brilliant, loyal, talented and friendly. Believe in yourself. Wonderful people want to help you maintain a balance between work and home life. So I'm drawn to this being a person that you know. This person really wants you to succeed and do well. And you need to reach out to them. So often it's your mum. It'll be your mum or somebody who is a mother-like figure to you. Maybe a boss of some kind or an aunt or something, and they want you to believe in yourself. They want you to see how brilliant, loyal, talented you are. They are probably likely to be quite friendly. So actually, if you reach out, you're going to find there's a lot of support for you, for your change that you want to bring into your life, for the new opportunities that you want, whether they're in your career more generally or even in your love life. Because I've got quite a nice mix here. We've got the cups, the wands and the pentacles. So I think you're looking for new things to happen in your life. You'll be happy with a new job or a relationship, or to just generally feel better and that things are moving in your life. And there are people out there that want that for you. You just need to reach out to them. Yeah, reach out to others for assistance. Poor timing for a career change, feeling challenged by money issues. So you're not to make any unnecessary risks with your finances at this time. I would say that anyway, generally. So it's not about risking your job, it's about getting out there and meeting new people. Through meeting new people, you may get job opportunities, quite a few of you watching this video, that you will get new job opportunities by your ability to network and socialise successfully with people, which again is a very underrated quality, a skill that people do not place enough value on. You know, the amount of people that I've met that are basically not very well socialised, that they didn't grow up, you know, with a lot of people around them, and they struggle in big, you know, big groups of people in big cities. Like they've moved from rural to a big city and they struggle with it. Your ability to communicate with a diverse group of people is a valuable asset. And I feel that for this group of people, that's the direction you're being sent in order to bring change into your life, to diversify it a bit. Reach out to others. Because you don't, you know, maybe at this point in time, you know, you're the person sort of knocking on the door, you know, feeling in want. But you can be this lady here who's the person who's helping this poor soul that's begging at her door that hasn't got a lot. I mean, there's no shame being the beggar at the door. You know, these things happen. At some point we're all a bit poor and other times we're a bit rich. That's life. But you're not to risk anything that you truly need. So you're not, you know, I would recommend thinking very carefully before doing something like change your job. Initially anyway. If it's a surefire deal and you know it's a brilliant contract and you know your stuff and you're comfortable with that at the end, that's great. But I feel for this 5 of Autumn, it's the reach out to others for assistance as the main message, and that's because it reinforces sort of basically the other 3 cards about getting out there and meeting new people. So, reading 1, that's for you. In order to bring change into your life, reach out to others, socialise a bit more, maybe a particular person that you are connected to that fits these qualities. Yeah, so thank you very much for listening. Please leave me a comment in the comment section if this has resonated with you. I wish you all the best of luck. Please take very good care of yourself, and goodbye. Right, reading 2. Here are your cards on how to bring change into your life. Ooh, the Sun. That's nice to see. Princess of Autumn, which is the Page of Pentacles. 9 of Autumn, which is the 9 of Pentacles. Shift that up a bit. Oh, another 6 of Autumn, another pentacle. Okie dokie. All right then, so you are all definitely ready to progress. And I'm going to say career based on all the pentacles, but it could be just generally in your love life. That would still apply, but I'm just going to be drawn to referring back to career. So first of all, in order to bring change into your life, you need to plan things very carefully, but also look back on the things that you have achieved. I think with this combination of cards, the people drawn to reading 2 are those that have always got a goal in mind. They've always got somewhere that they're aiming for. There's always, well, okay, what's next? I've done that. What's my next, you know, big mission, big project? What's my next goal to achieve? And I don't feel that you ever really look back on what you have achieved, to look back on the successes that you have achieved. So you're feeling like you need change and maybe stuck in a rut because in a sense you're never going to be satisfied because you're always looking ahead, and you never feel a sense of pleasure and pride over what you have achieved. We've got amazing ideas that lead to rewards and commendations, a gratitude for the blessings of life, as well as plans that work out perfectly. I think you have worked hard for what you've got, I think you have achieved an awful lot, whether that's getting a great education, finding a brilliant job, and getting sort of promoted to a certain level or whatever, or that you're on that path. You're not looking back and saying, wow, look what I have done. Isn't this brilliant? Actually, I am in a great place. I don't think you value what you have at the moment. And this is interesting because the cards are telling you to remember that in order to bring change forward. Because if you're constantly questing and looking for the next big thing and don't value what you have got at the moment, sort of in a way, what's the point of you having something new if you never ever value it? What's the point of you having new opportunities if you don't value them? Sort of this constant quest for more. And so you need to place value on what you have achieved. But we also have the Princess of Autumn, studious, responsible, cheerful, mischievous. Happy news about your career, promotions or scholarships. Well thought out plans that go perfectly, needing a little push to get going. So we've got again a repeat of plans, planning things out and then working. So you really need to put a lot of thought into what you want to do next and plan it out perfectly. So there's no fly by the seat of your pants here in this reading, I'm afraid. You have to absolutely make sure you know what you're doing, that you know everything that's going on in your life. And because it's Pentacles, I'm going to mention your assets and financiality, you know, all your finances, your bills, what you owe, what you're bringing in, how much you need to live off, how much you really want to earn, what you're worth. Because we're also looking at happy news about career promotions or scholarships. So if you're looking to get a bonus or you're looking to get a pay increase, you need to go into that interview. Or even if it is just a job interview and they say, well, how much are you expecting to get paid? You want to be there and say, I'm worth whatever that is. I'm not going to put a number on that because that's for you to decide. Yeah, they'll negotiate down. So I would advise to ask for a bit more than you really want and let them negotiate you down. But you need to go and be able to say to them, you know, I'm worth this. And they say, what? Why are you worth that much? And you answer them. And this is the little push to get going. You need to have a little push to say you can do it, and you can. So if you're thinking that you want the managerial position but you're a bit unsure about it, you just need to have a bit of confidence because you can do it. That's the push, that you can do it. You just need to know your stuff. Know your stuff. I've read the reports. You know the facts and figures, and you don't have to have a photographic memory of them. You just need to have a really good grounded knowledge. And and if you have to say, oh, I'm sure it's 50,000 a year, but let me just double check. Oh yeah, it's 52,000 a year. They're going to be fine with that. Do you know what I mean? 9 of Autumn. Reward yourself for all your hard work, being happily and successfully self-employed, cherishing your time alone. Again, repeating, you need to value what you have achieved. Value what you've got. Value what you've got. Because it's sort of a sense of never being happy, that you're always looking forward and saying, but I need the next big prize. I need to have the next promotion. And you don't look back and say, actually, I did really well to get as far as I have. You don't look back and say, oh yeah, no, do you know what? This is fabulous. I did this. And you can't sort of rest on your laurels. You can't sort of stop and say, I'm going to stay here and enjoy this for a bit because I'm really pleased with it. You're always moving on and moving on. And you need to, in order to bring real change, and I suggest that it's change from this situation that you maybe are needing. In order to change, you need to stop and smell the roses. Cherishing time alone. I think that's interesting. So maybe some of you are out and about too much and you don't have enough time on your own for you to reflect upon your life and what's going on in it. And sort of just enjoying a hobby. Maybe some of you are workaholics in this reading, that you work too hard, or work is the focus of your life and it's always the focus of your life. which is, there's nothing wrong, but if you want change, you're going to have to leave space for other things. Because we've also got the Six of Autumn, which is the good you do comes back to you. An unexpected inflow of money, borrowing wisely, or repaying a debt. So you need to reap the rewards of your hard work. So yeah, for some of you, it's about going for a promotion and a bonus or a pay rise, or even for a job that has better opportunities. You've got a really good chance of getting it. Even if you end up having to apply for 5 to 10 jobs, you will get one of them that will offer you everything that you need. It's not saying that it's just going to be one interview, that's it. It's saying you will get what you deserve. You will, you know, and I feel that you are hard workers here in this reading. You work really, really hard, probably too hard. And this is why the sort of rest on your laurels, stop, relax, take time out in the sun, go on holiday for some of you. Be grateful for what you have and look at your family, your friends. Maybe you've got a lovely house and car and stuff and all the really nice things that you've worked hard for and paid for. But you're always thinking about the next thing. You know, I knew a lady that was always decorating her house. You know, she finished one room and she decorated another. And as soon as she'd done every room in the house, she went right back to the first one and started the, you know, over and over again. She was never happy with it. And some of these rooms that she made out so beautifully and so comfortably, they were a joy to sit in with her, to have a nice cup of tea in. And the next time you went to see her, it was different. And she didn't have a chance to actually sit there and enjoy all the hard work that she'd done in decorating her house. It was always, what's the next thing, what's the next thing, what's the next thing. So that's what you need in order to bring change in your life. And this change, although it's very work related, if the change you want is more generally or even in your love life, none of those things are going to happen until you resolve this issue and are able to reap the rewards of your hard work and sort of find a job that offers you a promotion, and then you can sort of find this change that you need. For a lot of you, some of you, it is about pursuing what you're worth, and others of you, you've got what you're worth and you're not valuing it. So I hope that's helped you reading 2. Please leave me a comment and let me know if it's helped and resonated with you. I wish you all the best of luck. Please take very good care of yourself, and thank you very much for listening. Bye. Right, everybody that chose the option 3, here is your reading. Let's have a look, see how you can bring change into your life. Oh, life experience, that is the Tower card. Where am I at? 2 of Autumn. Bringing fun into everything you do. Awakening, which is the Hanged Man, and the High Priestess. Ooh. Okay. This is a big important reading. Okay. So we have 3 major arcana cards and 1. This is the 2 of Pentacles. So okay. I'm going to say for some of you, change is coming anyway. So if not the majority of you, you are serious about change and it's happening. The Tower card, which is not a card to be feared, by the way. There's some cards in tarot that people just seem to inherently just sort of distrust, fear, and it brings anxiety. No, this is like Phoenix rising from the ashes. You know, I've had the Tower card in my own life, and yes, it was traumatic at points and it was all intense, but it wasn't anything that I would not have happen. In fact, I would say that I've initiated the majority of my Tower moments myself, in that I recognised that there were certain fundamental belief systems or things that were going on in my life that were not good, and I ended them. And really what you're being asked to do is let go of things that no longer serve you. This is a phrase I use a lot in my videos. You've got to let go of things that no longer are doing you any good. But don't be frightened. You don't have to let go of the things that are working for you, that are doing you good. You know, so if this is for you, just generally you're bored, you need to shake it up properly. For some of you, that's like quitting your job and finding a new one, or preferably finding a new job and then quitting your old one. Let's not take any unnecessary risks. For others of you, this is about love relationship, or the way that you approach love. For some of you, that maybe it's about who you're trying to meet. For others of you, that this might resonate in terms of you're not hanging around with the right people, that they're not providing a good foundation for your life, that they're not a nice group, and in fact they've got bad habits, bad attitudes, and really you're starting to think, why on earth did I start hanging around with them, for some of you. But there's something in your life that basically needs cutting out. It could be a habit, a mindset. It could be, you know, sort of this feeling that you're not worthy, or if you have certain sort of anxieties and whatever, you need to start dealing with them. Or maybe if you're doing something like overeating, drinking too much, or you're addicted to something that's just not doing you any good, you need to address these things, because it's an important life-changing thing that you need to change. You will look back at this time and realise that before this event, or this decision even that you've made to upturn and churn over your life and get rid of the things that aren't any good for you and keep the things that truly are of value to you, that you will look back and realise there was a person before this time, and then there will be the person afterwards. And it was all rooted around the time of you watching this video. And I think it's inevitable for you change. I think it's not going to be a particularly quick change, so don't feel that all of a sudden next week it's, you know, because the Tower card doesn't always, you know, it might mean a particular shocking event or something relatively happening quickly, but actually you can sort of know that this has been coming for quite a while. It doesn't always, you know, you sort of think, oh, well, for a couple of years, like, let me try and give you an example. Like, for instance, when, you know, the company you work for is suffering through troubled times and maybe isn't earning the money it used to, and the sort of, and over a couple of years you see a decline and tightening budgets and you know, whatever, and then all of a sudden we've gone bust. So you knew it was coming, but then when it happens, it's shocking, because you're like, oh my God, it's happened. What am I going to do? That's an example. So it doesn't have to be a bolt out of the blue, although for some of you, because a lot of people will be watching this video, it might be quite shocking. But it doesn't have to destroy your life. You're not going to literally be left sort of naked on a desert island and you've got to rebuild society. It's letting go of the things that aren't any good for you need to be got rid of. And sometimes, if you don't do it yourself, life finds a way of forcing you on the issue. So if you can take the lead on this, it's better for you to make the cuts yourself. So in order to bring this change forward, or at least deal with it in a much better way, you need to take everything into account. We've got bring fun into everything you do. So don't allow this to get you down. Don't find this overwhelming. Always try to keep to the positive of life, especially, and this is really important, when you don't want to bring humour to the situation. You don't want to be light-hearted and sort of positive about it. That's when you need it the most, when you feel at your worst. You also have juggling multiple priorities or jobs, an exceptional talent for multitasking. So you are seriously going to have to factor in every aspect of your life into this change that you want to bring forward. You've got to consider everything. Home, family, friends, work, love, pets, children, you know, everything has to be taken into account here. And you can do it because it's got exceptional talent for multitasking. So you're going to be able to factor in everything in what's going on in this change to bring forward. So I think very much for you, all of the events in your life are interlinked. The change in one will have an impact on the others, and that's what you need to be aware of too. You know, everything. You need to be aware of everything, and you can do. Next, we have the Hanged Man awakening, and this is why I'm saying that it's not necessarily going to be a massive, you know, 1 month you had this and the next month it was all gone, because we've got basically the Hanged Man, which always slows down things. We've got change the way you're looking at the situation. Embrace your uniqueness, a temporary pause in the action. So, first of all, importantly, embrace your uniqueness. You need to, in order to bring change into your life, you need to accept yourself for who you are. Love yourself for who you are. You know, be happy. You don't have to fit in with the crowd. You don't have to comply with everybody else's wishes or demands. You know, there's a lot of that in the world that, you know, certain people think that because they have a particular faith system or a moral code or even the law in their country, it should be applied to all laws in the world, and that everybody should follow what their faith or their mindset, what their attitudes are. We should all share them, and it doesn't work out like that. You know, we all have a set of rules that we want to follow, and we need to follow them, but we can't inflict that on other people. We can sort of say, respect my wishes, my boundaries, what I am going to do and what I am not going to do. And if you would like to do that, that's brilliant. I'll, you know, share that with you. But don't expect me to do something I don't want to do, and I won't expect the same from you. But people don't do that. It's, you should do as I say. You know, and you need to reject that. You need to accept yourself for who you are and say, I am who I am and I'm going to be who I am. And that's different to everyone else, or at least a lot of people. And through that, you know, to bring change into your life, through that acceptance of yourself, you're going to be able to change the way you view either a particular situation or your life generally, or just the world. You need to view the world in a different way. And because it's the Hanged Man, you might have stops and starts in this. You know, you might take a year from beginning to end for this whole situation to complete itself. You know, as I say, you'll look back and realise there was a before and after, but you'll look back and you'll say, well, actually, from the moment that decision was made or that particular event happened, it was about a year for everything to run its course and for the dust to settle until I felt that this was new me type situation. So I do think that you will have to have time to process all this change, where you'll say, okay, I can't get back to you for a few weeks, I need to sort some things out, and you just need to take time to yourself to think this through. And this again is absolutely reinforced by the High Priestess. Trusting your intuition, careful reflection before taking action, insights that come through meditation. The High Priestess is one of my absolute favourite cards. It's about learning things, and again we had that, you know, before, sort of letting go of things that no longer serve you, but you need to decide what they are. You need to take time to decide what they are. We've got insights that come through meditation. You need time alone, and that's reinforced through the Hanged Man, a temporary pause in the action. Change the way that you're looking at things. You need to go inside yourself and think about what you really want. What change do you want? Is it a change within you of the kind of person that you are? Are you doing things that you don't like? Are you taking, you know, are you being the person that you truly want to be? If you're not, why not? How have you come to this? And you need to look deep within inside yourself, and you need to, in essence, do your research. And this is again sort of multiple priorities and jobs. You know, you need to consider all these priorities carefully and with time. As I say, this is not a rush job, this change that you want to bring into your life. And you've got to really think about it carefully, because you will not be the same afterwards. This is there's no takesy backsies. You can't go back and say, well, I'll be that person again. No. Doors will be closed due to this. Bridges burnt. I mean, you don't have to burn bridges. I mean, if you can leave relationships peacefully, that would be better, of course. But basically, you're crossing a bridge with the expectation of never crossing back over it. And so you need to really think about it and trust your instincts. Once you've really analysed it, you know, the High Priestess takes information into herself from the world, holds it within herself as some sort of library, and then when it's needed will dole out the information. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to take in all aspects of your life and then you're going to come out and say, and this is what I'm going to do, this is the change I'm going to bring forward. And this one, the other two readings, there are lots of, you can reach out to people and gain assistance, you've got more support than you think. Here I'm feeling that very much it's you as an individual on your own initiating the change. That I don't think that you need to bring anyone else forward, nor should you, because as I always say, that you're the one that has to live with the consequences of your own actions in your life. And this is definitely the meaning of this reading, that whatever you do, you're going to live with the consequences, so you better make sure you know what you're doing, whatever change it is. You know, love, career, just generally life with your friends, family. So you've got to really, really, really think about it, and think about all the impacts it has. And trust your own inner voice, your own inner knowing. There will be some parts that you know are non-negotiable in your life, that are the foundations. And the other parts where you realise that you need to demolish it out of your life and move on. Yeah. I wish I could sort of give you more advice, because I really feel that everything's going to be changing for you who chose this reading. I really wish that I could just say more, but I can't tell you any more than, you know, pay attention to everything. You know, make a list of things you need to worry about, people you need to contact, bank accounts, credit card details, and everything. You need to know what you owe, what you've got, what you can live off, you know, what you know, everything like that. But trust your instinct. Once you know that this is the right thing for you to do, you can go forward and change. So, good luck with whatever this situation is. Please let me know whether this resonates with you and it's helped you in any way. I really do wish you all the best of luck with this. Take very good care of yourself. And thank you very much for listening. Bye.